Allowing women to dress or undress in the same fashion as men does not promote equality.
And I believe you deserve to think more highly of your bodies and equality with men than simply to downgrade it to walking around shirtless because men can.
Equality is a state of quality of being equal in quantity, value, and ability. Well, a woman is far, far ahead of men in the area of breast. So the only way to get equality would be what? We grow breasts or they lose theirs? I mean, there is no equality. There cannot be equality.
Concerning nudity is not about equality. As the first speaker said, equality is not sameness. To have to walk by a topless woman, that would infringe on my right to enjoy my community.
So I would encourage those young ladies that feel like they're not equal, this is where you can show you're equal. Become one of the members here and stand up for the rights of the women that are around you. Fight for those that are downtrodden.
So people will say, I want my freedom, but if that impedes or destroys other freedoms, like my family's freedom to go into Old Town or to participate in various events, that's destroying our freedom as well. And that's why we limit freedoms in this country. Even something as crazy as the freedom to murder. We limit that because that destroys the freedom of life.
One, fundamentally, the change implies that we're trying to make men and women the same. While men and women are most certainly equal, they are uniquely distinct. This is important to mention because the issue at hand is not an equality issue. 3, to change the ordinance in the name of freedom isn't freedom at all. The change actually causes the freedom of others, those who don't approve of public nudity. It causes their freedom to be infringed upon.
Number 2 sets forth an idea to advance human value, or this particular gender, for female value. I would just ask you to consider not to reject the value, not to reject the idea, but to see if there's another way we could accomplish the same thing. I think that's really important for you to exhaust all of those opportunities before you vote on it.
If we have this as something that's equal, as has been said before, we're not the same. Equal dignity is not sameness. I say to my children all the time, you don't always get what your siblings get because you are different, or you're older, or you're younger, that we all just we're different because of who we are and what age we are, or differences like that.
Common sense tells us there are differences between the sexes.
This is not a debate about equality. Although being equal, we are different.
I would just like to say that I am not in any way discriminated against or unequal. That our rights and our freedom are not rights to the detriment of the other people around us.
Everyone in this room knows there are differences between a male and a female. And we know that because it is part of nature. It's part of nature's law.
I don't think equality does mean sameness.
I believe that male and female should be treated with equal rights and respect. And as a woman, I would like to say that this is not an empowerment of women.
Because of a decision that's made in the name of equality, when I don't believe this has anything to do with equality.
I, first of all, do not feel threatened in my equality alongside men. I think sexism maybe could be defined, I don't know the definition personally, didn't look it up. But I think it has to do with the idea of making somebody an object used for sex versus like putting them as an object for sexual use versus like, or women saying you only fit in this box.
Come down to is it's not about equality. It seems like it's really about the agenda of the minority trying to dictate how the majority live.
I'm adamantly against allowing women to go topless in public. Men and women are different, period.
This would not be a step forward for women's rights. It would be a huge step backward.
A woman decides to go topless if we pass that. I mean, we have no way of controlling that. What's the difference? I mean, a picture versus live obscenity?
Frankly, even when I read our state statute, I'm not sure I even understand it after reading it 20 times over while I was reviewing this.
I do understand that some people think this is discriminatory towards women, so I think it's very important to validate that some people do find this current law discriminatory. But I also understand that people, other people in the community and more people in the community
and which I'm fully supportive, is not gender neutrality, at least in my mind, and I don't see those as being equal in terms of the discussion we're having here tonight.
The reason why I'm so much not in favor of option 2 and I favor option 1 is that when we talk about rights, whose rights are we talking about? And the right to not be exposed to, or the right to expose yourself to people that don't want it? I mean, which ones are the rights? And that's a careful balancing act.
Roll call, please.
Kniff,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Overbeck,
Yes.
Campana,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Horak,
Yes.
Troxel.
Yes, so the motion passes. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight.